What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn.
And this is Learn, Hustle, Grow. Learn, Hustle, Grow is about creating a legacy. We're sharing our passions for money, marriage, and travel with other legacy builders like you.
According to 2018 studies, the average cost of a wedding is $38,000.
Both Brides.com and The Knot conduct annual studies regarding the cost of a wedding in the U.S. Want to know more? Before we go any further, hit like, subscribe, and that notification bell.
According to The Knot, the average price of a wedding in 2018 was $33,000. Brides Magazine states their average for a wedding in 2018 was $44,000. Yes, these costs do include the price of the engagement ring.
Because we can't account for the difference, let's just say that the average U.S. wedding is between $33,000 and $44,000.
If you have never planned a wedding, you might think, wow, that's a lot of money. How does a wedding escalate to that extent?
These are national averages. The average most certainly changes based upon your city and state.
Let's be clear. By definition, the word average means there were those who spent much less and there were those who spent much more.
The long and the short of it is, when people plan events, they often do so without a budget. We have an idea of what we want, we spend based upon our vision.
Before you walk down the aisle, make sure you have discussed the 7 topics in our Before You Say I Do video. As the administrators of a Facebook group for married couples, we often hear stories of regret.
Most often, that regret is the result of not talking about the hard stuff up front. Many people spend more time planning the wedding than they do planning their marriage.
If you are planning your wedding, it is important to understand that your wedding needs a budget. Yes, it's a big day, but it's only one day. Plan ahead to avoid starting your marriage with additional debt.
Why do we say additional? Americans have seen continued increase in home, auto, student loan, and credit card debt.
According to Debt.org, the average American family with a credit card carries more than $8,000 in credit card debt alone.
If you're starting your union debt-free, congratulations. Let's discuss how to start your marriage without wedding debt.
Does your vision match your budget? It's common to hear both men and women speak about the wedding of their dreams. More so women, but men also have expectations of the event.
Who doesn't like a wedding? It's a big party where people dress up, enjoy food, music, drinks, all at the expense of the hosts.
So think of it that way. A wedding is just a big party that you or you and your parents are responsible for paying for. Knowing that we had to pay for our own wedding, we made sure the entire event was paid off before we returned from our honeymoon.
When we got married in 2009, the following numbers were true for Dallas, Texas. On the low end, a wedding started at $20,000, and on the high end, it started at $40,000.
As of 2018, the average cost of a wedding in Dallas, Texas is approximately $33,000 without a honeymoon. It doesn't sound like a lot has changed in the last 10 years.
We had no help paying for our wedding. Our parents were not in a position to contribute in any way. We had no expectation they would.
We did not want to spend more than $10,000, including the dress and the honeymoon. Excited about the idea of getting married on a beach, we opted for a destination wedding in Riviera Maya, Mexico.
We invited everyone, giving them 8 months to plan for the event. Having chosen a destination wedding, we knew that everyone would not make it. We were okay with that.
We suggested our guests consider this to be a vacation. They were welcome to bring a +1 and make plans to enjoy themselves outside of the ceremony and reception.
When we returned home, we hosted a wedding watch party for our friends back in DFW. We reserved a private room at a restaurant and served lunch.
Yes, we know there are people who feel that it is tacky to expect someone to pay to come to your wedding. Those people should feel no need to make the trip.
Keep in mind, those same people will show up to your wedding complaining about the dry chicken and whack DJ.
The 2018 study conducted by the Knot stated that the average cost of catering was $70 per person. This cost was separate from the venue and did not include a cake.
The average couple hosts 136 guests. Based on these numbers, you're out of pocket $9,520 for food alone.
In a group of people focused on becoming debt-free, we asked married members the following question. What would you change about your wedding now that you are focused on being debt-free?
We were surprised that so many people said they wish they had eloped. Unfortunately, there's always a chance of drama when you bring friends and family together.
Some shared that they would have had a smaller wedding with family and close friends. Others shared that they wish they had saved longer.
Others say they would have spent less on the wedding and more on the honeymoon.
There were also those who wished they had not submitted to pressure from family to extend the guest list and spend more.
Some admitted to opening credit cards or taking out loans for the occasion. Others borrowed from their retirement accounts.
Thousands of dollars in debt later, it's no surprise that many of them stated they would not have spent so much on just one day.
While paying for a wedding on credit may not seem like a big deal now, it all adds up.
You are building a life together, and there are tons of other costs to consider. Unfortunately, there is so much focus on the big day that everything else takes a backseat.
After the honeymoon, you will be faced with the reality of daily expenses. Take a step back from the fantasy and look at the big picture.
Use your engagement to save for the wedding you want. If you are watching and you are not yet engaged, save for the possibility.
If you don't have a budget for your wedding, chances are you don't have a budget for your life. We can help you with that.
So here's the skinny. Begin with a budget spreadsheet. Not good at Excel? No worries. Microsoft offers a wide variety of free spreadsheets, planners, and templates.
Check out templates.office.com. When you get there, type in wedding budgets in the search bar. They also have great personal budgets too.
We like the one titled Wedding Budget Tracker. This tool allows you to enter the total amount you want to spend and assign percentages to the various categories.
There's also a section for financial contributions made by the family. If they're going to invite guests, they should contribute to the costs.
Regardless of age or gender, we noticed that parents had quite an impact on a number of the couples who went into debt.
If your family and friends have an expectation regarding your wedding, it's a good idea to get out in front of that as early as possible.
Communication is important. Share with them your desire to start your life together without the stress of wedding debt. This conversation alone could save you thousands of dollars. Let's talk about more ways to save on your big day.
The reception venue is generally the largest expense of a wedding. According to the Knot, the average cost is over $15,000. How can you spend less?
So, a few ideas on how to save money for the venue. Get married during the daytime on a weekday. This is much less expensive than a weekend. Consider a local park or forest preserve. You can actually get a permit to reserve your space. The pictures will look incredible.
Have a wedding and a reception at a single venue. After the ceremony ends, the party begins. No way for anyone to get lost.
Airbnb a home that will accommodate both the wedding and your reception. City Hall is probably the least expensive option for a wedding. Consider reserving a private room at a restaurant for the reception.
Last but not least, Vegas, baby. Vegas chapels are known for their affordability.
Let's talk about the engagement ring. Yes, this can be a touchy subject. A ring is a symbol for your commitment to one another. Remember, neither the ring nor the wedding will determine what kind of marriage you will have.
Here are a few ring ideas from a group of individuals focused on financial independence. Visiting the returned ring area of a jewelry store can result in huge savings.
Diamonds are artificially inflated. Opt for a precious stone as an alternative, or replace the larger center stone with a white sapphire.
Many couples agreed to alternatives like moissanite and cubic zirconia. Whatever you decide, make sure that both of you guys are on the same page.
Ah, the dress. Here are a few ideas to reduce the cost of the all-important wedding dress. Rent the dress for about 10% of the cost. I have a friend who did this and she was absolutely thrilled with the results.
Purchase your dress from a resale shop or online resale. Amazon has lovely brand new dresses for under $200.
Check out department store clearance sales. I purchased my dress from jcp.com with a promo code. After alterations, the total cost came out to be about $100.
If the dress doesn't have to be white, consider a special occasion dress. If you have to discipline and stay on budget, bridal shops do have sales.
The two areas where people wish they had spent more or done more research were the photographer and videographer. When the event is over, all you have are your memories.
While the resort offered these services, we wanted to make sure we got a professional.
We hired a professional team found through online research and paid an additional fee to bring them onto the resort. The pictures and video were amazing. At the end of the day, you want your wedding to be a stress-free event associated with pleasant memories.
Are you planning a wedding? Have you planned a wedding? What would you do differently?
What advice do you have for couples in the planning process? Please share your ideas for ways to save money in the comments below. See you in the next video.